Today, we're talking about finding the point in the process. Now, I want you to think about how many times you might have told yourself, like, there's no point in me doing this if it's not going to work. And today, we're actually going to take a look into that and actually question it. So, the first thing you want to do is ask yourself, like, if I didn't achieve the goal, why would it still be worth it? And then start to find those answers. This could look like I would build skills that would help me. I can still achieve the goal. So, even if you don't hit in a certain time frame, you can keep going. You could also learn a lot of stuff. You could have fun doing it. Like, what are all the reasons that it would still be worth you going after this goal, even if you fail? Because here's the thing, a lot of times the goals that we want to achieve can still be achieved. We just might have to extend the deadline. So maybe we decide that we're going to sign a client in a week. And the brain's like, no, we shouldn't do that because we might be wrong. And like, if we do all this work and like it doesn't happen, then what? But it's like looking at, you know what, if you go for a solid week doing the actions, working on the belief that you can sign a client in a week, what ends up happening is even if you fail, you get to take all that learning, all those skills, all that knowledge, all that belief, and then just roll it into the next week. And then you can just keep doing that over and over and over. When we're able to find the point in the process, then we show up to the process differently. Because when we think there's a reason to show up, whether it's the result or just the experience of the process, then our brains are like, okay, like it makes sense that we're doing this. When we're not believing in our goal and we're not believing there's a point in the process, then the brain's like, why are we doing this? Why are we taking this action? Why are we getting uncomfortable? But when you believe that both of these things are valuable, going after your goal, like just the journey in and of itself, and also achieving the result, when both of those things are valuable, then you're more likely to show up to doing them. I want you to imagine you were walking on a path, but you really don't want to get to the destination. What would you end up doing? You would take some wrong turns. You would turn around. Maybe you would stop walking completely. Maybe you would get lost. Maybe you would just get distracted by every single thing. This is what your brain is doing. Your brain doesn't want you to achieve your goals. And I'm going to explain why in the why you aren't taking action video. But I'm also going to show you how can you actually start taking more of the right actions so that you don't waste so much time, because I want you to think about it. If it's like a 5-minute walk and now we've gotten lost, we've turned around, we've stopped walking, this 5-minute walk could take forever. And so if it feels like you aren't making progress toward your goals, if it feels like you're not taking action, but you don't understand why, this is why you want to get this video, because it helps you take action so much faster and helps you actually get to that result you want so much faster too. So go to successbykayla.com to get instant access to the video.